Hi everybody, it's Mary. This video is going to be a very detailed description of how I do my high path on my short natural hair. A very quick version of this tutorial can be found in the video 9 back to school hairstyles for short natural hair, which I will link above. But if you'd like to see a full in-depth description of how I achieve this hairstyle, then definitely stay tuned. And please don't forget to thumbs up if you found this video helpful.
So in order to do this, you're going to need three things. First of all, you're going to need a bottle, a spray bottle with water. You are going to need some sort of hair band. Here, this is literally some old tights that I had. You guys in the States call them pantyhose. Yeah. So these are some old tights that I had. I literally chopped them off because they had holes in and stuff, but it's a really good stretchy material, so that works really well for my hair. That's the second thing. And lastly but not least, you're going to need some sort of gel. I have this gel, which is Eco Styler, the argan oil gel, because I just like how this one works in my hair. You don't have to use Eco Styler, you can use any gel that you like, but this one works well for me. Oh, and one more thing which I did forget, you're gonna need some sort of brush. This is, I believe it's a hard bristle brush. I bought this brush ages and ages ago. It just sort of came in handy when I decided that I was going to start using a brush to comb my hair back. I always do it on an old twist out, an old wash and go, any kind of hairstyle that I've had for quite a few days that I just has gotten old. Reason being, I just like to make sure that my hair is basically stretched and that it's in a state where I'll be able to slick it back a lot more easily. When my hair has just been washed, it has maximum shrinkage. I can still do a puff on hair that has maximum shrinkage, but I just feel like I don't get as much volume in the top as when I do it on old hair. Also, another reason why is because when I've just washed my hair, I don't like putting gel in it. I just feel like I've literally just washed all the gunk out of my hair and now I'm putting gel back in. So I try to minimize the amount of gel that I use after I've just washed my hair. So I prefer to use gel on some sort of old hairstyle. So as you can see, this is an old wash and go. It's looking a bit rough, but that's actually perfect for doing a high puff. First thing I do is I make sure that when just before I do my high puff, if I'm going to go into the shower, that I don't cover my hair. So I make sure that steam and stuff can get into my hair. It just helps to make my hair that little bit more malleable and movable for when I want to start moving it around for my puff. So if your hair gets a bit dry, of course you're going to have to spray it. So this is what I do first. And yes, I actually spray a lot of water in my hair. Not to the point of making it, like not sopping wet, but I do put a good amount of water in my hair, particularly because since my hair is so dense, the water does pretty much sit on top. So if I want it to actually try and absorb in, if I want it to, then I have to really put a good amount on. And I make sure that I spray a good amount around my front hairline, and if you really want the back of your hair to be more slick, then I put more water around the back as well. If that's what you want, you can do that too. Then I simply use my hands and just smooth the water into my front hairline as much as I can. I just find that if I spray the front of my hair with water and then add gel, it just helps to hold it a lot more easily. It doesn't, I don't know what it is, but when my hair is slightly damp, it just works better with gel than when it's just completely dry. Right, so after I've done that, another thing I like to do is simply use my hands and pull my damp hair out, so it just makes my hair a lot more of a bigger afro than it was before. Obviously not too hard, but I just like to pull it like that. You notice that I'm not pulling my fingers right through, I'm just literally holding and pulling it out, sort of from the middle of the strand going out. Okay, so now that my hair is damp, this is the time for the gel. I know that some people are quite sparing with gel, they don't really put a lot of gel in. I put a pretty good amount in, just because my hair has a mind of its own. If I don't put a good amount of gel in, then it's not going to get slicked back, it's not going to work. So to begin with, I'm going to put this much gel in. So I'm just going to rub it to my hands. You can see how much gel I've got on my hands. And this goes here on my front hairline. Now I put a little on the back, but I don't really overdo it on the back, because the back, I'm not that bothered about the back being that slicked. It's not like I can see it anyway. Yeah, other people can see it, but I'm not that bothered. So I just make sure I stick it like that with my fingers as much as possible. And then I take my brush and I just brush it back as much as possible. Now when I'm brushing, I don't brush right to the ends. I just go from the hairline to the middle of my head best I can. And I'll put a bit here. So all of this is just basically to put my hair in the direction that I really want it to go. So it's just slowly molding it to where I want it to go, because my hair likes to go out and I want it to go up. So now I grab my hairband, my old stockings, tights, whatever you want to call it. I tie it around itself once in the back. Oops. And I try my best to make sure that when I tie it in the back, it's tied there. I try not to actually tie that bit together when it's actually on my hair, because my hair has a habit of getting caught in between it and that can break your hair off at the back, and I don't want that to happen. So then I just start to, when it feels quite tight around my head, I take my thumbs, I'm still holding on to it, and I push this back. Now that I've pushed it back and I can feel it getting a little bit looser, then I pull the headband a bit tighter at the back. I push it back a little bit more. Then I pull this and tighten it a little bit more. Push it back a bit more with my thumbs. Put it tighter. Push it back a little bit more. Pull it tighter. So as you can see, at the back is going, as I'm pulling it tighter, it's going up, and as I'm pulling it tighter from the front, it's also moving up as well. So I'm just pushing this a little bit more, so I just keep repeating the same thing. Pushing it up with my thumbs, pulling it tighter. Pushing up with my thumbs, pulling it tighter. So now it's reached a point where that feels tight enough to me. I don't feel like I want it to go any further, and even if I wanted to, my hair is actually giving a lot of resistance right now, so it's not really allowing me. I can pull it tighter if I want to, but I feel like it would, that may cause breakage, because I would be pulling it way too tight. My hair's giving a lot of resistance right now. It's basically telling me there's no more space up here. So at this point, when I feel like there's a lot of resistance from my hair and it's not likely to go any further, I take it to the front and I tie it once. And you see here, it's still away from my hair. It's not over here, it's actually in space. Again, I don't like to really tie it when it's right next to my hair, because I feel like it will just end up pulling my hair in between, and then it gets caught and then it breaks. So I'm tying it one more time. I'm pulling it through, so it's still away from my head. And then I just basically release it, I let it go. And then I tuck the ends under the headband here. And then I just pull the hair forward just to cover it over. And then I just fluff the puff as much as I'd like to into the shape that I'd like it to be in. So basically, after having done that, I just fluff it out a bit. And then I basically look back at my hairline. So you can see I did put gel in it, but it's still not, it's not as slicked as I'd like it to be. So I go and put some more gel in it, like now. I get about the same amount of gel that I had before. Same thing again. Rub my hands together and just make sure that this goes mostly on my front hairline. It's up. I get my brush again, and this time I'm being a lot more precise with the brush because I want like my front hairs to really be laid down. Now, I'm not really a person, I'm not really obsessed with the whole baby hair thing. It's not really my thing. As long as my hair lays flat and basically in a decent direction, then I'm a happy person. I do like to pay just a little extra attention just to make sure that my front hairline is as neat as I'd like it to be, and then I just try to see, you're going to make sure that you fix it and pull it forward like this, just to make sure that the band underneath isn't visible. If you'd like to, you can get some kind of scarf or something and wrap it around the front. I don't really do that just because usually when I do my high puff, especially if it's in the morning, I'm usually in a rush in the mornings, and usually just doing this actually holds my hair for the day. But if you'd like to do that, then that's definitely something you can do just to make sure that you completely set the front of your hair.
So Curlies, thank you for watching this tutorial, and I appreciate you so much for your support and giving this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like further videos from me, and also be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what videos you would like to see on the Curly Closet. Bye.